What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I wanted to go over one of my favorite American Express Platinum Card benefits, and that is the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. Now I have done a video on this program a while back, but things have changed just a little with the Platinum Card, and the benefit is actually a better value now. It's a little funny to me. A couple years ago, this benefit seemed like it was constantly getting beat up by YouTubers. But once the Platinum Card was refreshed, all of a sudden it was in vogue. Today I'll go over the benefit and I'll go over my real world experience when using it. And maybe I'll add a few tips and tricks. But first, if you are new around here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you're interested in those things, consider subscribing to the channel. We have a great group of folks in the community, and it's a really good time to jump on board. As always, guys, if you have gotten any entertainment or maybe gotten a giggle at my poor attempt at hurtful humor, then give the video a like so I can get it in front of a few more eyeballs. With all that out of the way, let's get started. First off, I'll go over the 3 different ways we can book hotels with American Express. First, you can book through Amex Travel, and you can pay with cash or by using membership rewards points. Second, gold card holders are eligible to use the hotel collection program. Now, both of those booking techniques will likely get their own refreshed videos, but today we're going to talk about the third option, and that is the Fine Hotels and Resorts program available to folks who hold the Big Daddy American Express Platinum Card. Let's take a look at this program. The first thing I want to mention is another benefit with the American Express Platinum Card, and that it grants the user a yearly $200 credit when booking hotels with either the Fine Hotels and Resorts program or the Hotel Collection program. There is always plenty of criticism over the credits on the Platinum Card, and some of it is definitely warranted, but this one, in my opinion, is very easy to use. If you travel and you are a Platinum Card holder, I say you owe it to yourself or to your partner to use this benefit every year, if maybe just for that one special occasion, like a Valentine's Day or an anniversary. But before we even start with the program, just know you'll get a $200 credit back to your account after booking using this program. Let's get this part out of the way right now. These are fairly high-end properties. You won't find your Aunt Connie's favorite Best Western on the list, but we'll talk more about this later. You will see some higher-end properties from your more common brands, such as Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt. I'll talk about how we can get exponential value from these in some instances. But one very cool thing is you will normally get a special letter from American Express for using the program, and it will outline all your extra benefits at the property, and you'll get it at the front desk at check-in. This may make you look like a big shot in front of your significant other, so just be ready for that extra attention you might receive. Here are the nuts and bolts of the program, and I'll tell you my experience with each of these. Room upgrades. Room upgrade on arrival when available. This one seems to me a lot like all upgrade benefits, which is to say they are hit or miss. The Disney Swan property in Orlando offered no upgrade, and the Ritz-Carlton in Dubai Marina didn't upgrade my room either, although they were amazing at just about everything else. I want to say your chances of upgrades are substantially higher if you only need a single bed. In both of those examples, I needed 2 beds, which I think really limited the upgrade opportunities. The Roosevelt Waldorf in New Orleans upgraded us 2 categories higher to a 1-bedroom suite with 2 bathrooms. It's always nice to have your own bathroom. In any case, I've always found that if you're pleasant and ask politely if there are any upgrades available, you have a great shot. The next benefit is near and dear to my stomach. It is the daily breakfast for 2. Now remember, these are higher end hotels, and some of these breakfasts are $50 each or more. I always take advantage of this, and I can say every time I've used this benefit, the breakfast has been amazing. I mean, the food in New Orleans is the biggest reason to even go there. Guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout. I can't tell you how much I value this benefit. If you watch the channel, you may know I take mostly short trips, 2 and 3 night getaways. Now, if you have a short trip, late checkout can give you so much more time to visit the beach or just get some sun at the pool. Schedule a late flight home and this benefit magically makes this stay seem much, much longer. Let's face it, sometimes we just need that extra half day at the pool. You also get noon check-in when available, which also plays into the extending of the short weekend just a little bit. Here's how I play this. I normally call or message the hotel and I tell them I could only get an early flight, and I always ask that if we arrive early, can the front desk hold our bags and we will just go straight to the pool and hang out and wait. I feel like this is the best way for them to have a little note in their system, and so far, they've always had the room ready fairly early for us. As always, being pleasant and polite goes a long way with folks in the hotel business. They have enough wary, mean, and nasty customers as it is. Complimentary Wi-Fi. Now, I asked the viewers a year ago about this, and plenty of folks assured me that there are still hotels out there that either charge for Wi-Fi or only offer basic slow Wi-Fi for your base level customers. So after speaking with the big time travelers watching this channel, I've learned that there is value in free Wi-Fi, especially if you're like so many of us and you kind of sort of still need to stay connected. Finally, you will receive a property credit. This is in the form of a spa or food and beverage credit. This will be property specific, and we'll spend some extra time talking about this. From what I've seen, this will a lot of times be a $100 food and beverage credit, but you'll know what the credit is before you book. But with just a glance into the Amex website, you can find some rather lucrative credits on some really great properties. One of my favorite places, South Florida, we have the W offering a $300 property credit at the South Beach location. A luxury hotel in Vail, Colorado is offering $200. And the one that really caught my eye is the Waldorf Astoria in Cancun. It's brand new. It's offering a $275 property credit. There are also some really impressive specials that can be found with this program. Here are some examples, and I'll leave some up on the screen for you to check out. I did a quick search for everyone's favorite vacation spot, Hawaii, and you can see that there is a property that is offering a 4th night free. Speaking of free nights, there are many, many properties offering complimentary nights when using the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. Too many to list, but we have amazing deals from Tokyo, Hawaii, and just about everywhere else. So if you want to search and time it right, it really appears you can squeeze a substantial amount of value out of this benefit. Let's talk about some experiences and maybe some tips and tricks. Now, I want to be very careful with how I word this, but I want to compliment American Express on their customer service when something happens and you have to cancel a trip. The short version of my story is I booked the Conrad Tokyo using Fine Hotels and Resorts last year. I paid in advance, and a few days later, I was credited $200 on my account per the Platinum Card benefit. Well, months later, I had to cancel the booking, and when doing so, I received the full credit of the original paid price. Now, I want to stress that you should be very careful doing this. I would not make a habit of canceling every trip you book in an effort to cash out the hotel credit. If you do watch the channel, you may know I cancel a lot of trips, and canceling when using this benefit has always been very smooth for me. There will definitely be questions about this. Normally, when you book a hotel through a third party such as hotels.com or booking.com, there is always a chance you won't be able to add your loyalty number to the reservation. What that means is you won't get credit towards status, and you likely won't be able to use your status perks either. Using Fine Hotels and Resorts, I have been able to enter my Hyatt, Marriott, or Hilton loyalty number on the reservation. But more importantly, when you show up to the hotel, at least in my experience, those status benefits will stack with the Fine Hotels and Resorts benefits. I'll explain. I have Diamond status with Hilton, which means I'm entitled to a $25 per person food and beverage credit at Conrad's and Waldorf Astoria properties, up to 2 people. So when I use Fine Hotels and Resorts to book the Fort Lauderdale Conrad, I will receive my $50 a day food and beverage credit. I'll receive my base points for the paid stay, I'll receive my bottle of water. Don't sleep on that bottle of water after a long travel day either. I'll also get access to the executive lounge if they have one per my diamond status benefits. Now, all of that is in addition to the fine hotels and resorts benefits we mentioned earlier. So with the addition of another property credit, you could have one heck of a pool party. And let's face it, guys, if you're doing a fancy schmancy anniversary right somewhere, all those credits can likely get you a close to free, really nice dinner. Now, I do believe that you can't book 2 separate stays on consecutive nights, meaning you can't book Friday and receive a property credit and then check back in on Saturday for one night and receive a second property credit. But this could be where player 2 may come in. If your significant other has an authorized user card, she could book that second night in her name. Something to think about if you really want to maximize that value. If you have experience doing that, please let me know in the comments. Another thing is this benefit is generally mentioned along with Las Vegas. Las Vegas is one of those unique places where it may not be much of a pain to book separate one-night stays on the Strip. So many hotels are just a short walk away. I think Sebi mentions doing that in one of his videos in an effort to experience some high-end dining options. I'm not sure if that's something I'd be interested in doing, but it's definitely an option. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. What is the price like? Well, the criticism used to be always check the price against booking directly with the hotel. That's something you definitely need to do. In my experience, the fine hotels and resorts price has always been competitive. By that I mean, for me, it's always been a few dollars more, but less than $50. I've never seen the price difference outweigh the property credit, and then you have to consider all the other benefits that we mentioned earlier. Oh, and I also want you to know that you'll earn 5 times MR points on that booking as well. So there you have it, guys. Something to consider if you hold the American Express Platinum Card. And I guess it's something to think about if you're on the fence about applying for the Platinum Card. Or even the Business Platinum Card. Guys, in the comments below, let me know if you use this benefit. And if so, where have you used it? Where have you stayed? What are your experiences as far as upgrades? Also, let me know if I missed something. As always, please give this video a like, and if you have time, check out the links in my description below. They help out the channel. They help me keep it somewhat sponsor free. And if you've stayed all the way to the end to hear my sweet outro music, then I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.